Hey guys, so I'm doing another video in regards to Nibiru, and I've been putting this together for the past few days. This is going to be pertaining to prophecies of old, more specifically the Quatrains of Nostradamus and another lady who I came across recently. Her name is Mother Shipton. She has some very interesting stuff to say that even directly correlates with some of Nostradamus's predictions. So first I'm just going to give a quick background run on what Nibiru is and the history behind it for those of you who are unfamiliar. The incoming passage of Nibiru has been recorded throughout history by ancient civilizations, including the Sumerians, the Chinese, the Mayans, the Hopi Indians, and has been called the Fiery Dragon, the Destroyer, Herculoba, Chinese Guest Star, Nemesis, Planet X, and Planet 7X, as well as other names. They are recorded and have been depicted in stone carvings, paintings, tablets, coins, hieroglyphs, and they all are showing either a second sun or winged planet / disk accompanied by moons and or other planets. So also Nibiru has been mentioned 47 times in the Jewish Torah and also has been mentioned in the Bible as wormwood. And then of course there are verses from the Bible that talk about things such as the sun becoming black, stars falling from the heavens, along with great earthquakes, floods, and what have you in the books of, say, Revelations, Luke, Joel, and Matthew. Those of you who are religious, I am not, probably know all about that, but I'll leave some links for some of those Bible verses. So Nostradamus predictions as it relates to Nibiru. He was born in 1503, died 1566 in France. He has been praised as predicting the London Fire, 9/11, the rise of Hitler in World War II, as well as the rise of Napoleon in the French Revolution. So his quatrains are obviously up for interpretation, as they're pretty old and they've been translated by numerous scholars throughout the years. And some of the passages people have said have already been fulfilled, and some may point to future events. So I've taken some of these I found online that I got information from that have already been translated that made sense to me, and then some I sort of decided to make my own translation. So I'm just going to go name off a few here, and then I'm going to, of course, include links for all of these quatrains from both people I mentioned. So these are from Nostradamus. Here's a few that should catch your eye. There will appear towards the north, not far from Cancer, the bearded star. In an Old French, a comet is referred to as a bearded star. The star, in my opinion, being Nibiru, and could it be called bearded because of the debris trail behind Nibiru? It's got a huge debris trail with meteors and asteroids and a bunch of junk that could have looked like a beard to some people back then. Anyway, so then it goes on to say the Great One of Rome will die the night over. Could that possibly be Pope Francis? There are prophecies that state that he is going to be the last sitting pope as well. During the appearance of the bearded star, the three great princes will be made enemies. Could this be Obama, Putin, and Xi Jinping in China? The great star will burn for 7 days. Mother Shipton also says this. Very near Achlech, Touré, and Mirande, which are in France, a great fire will fall from the sky for 3 nights. The cause will appear both stupefying and marvelous. Shortly afterwards, there will be an earthquake. For several nights, the earth will tremble. In the spring, could that be this March, as Gil Broussard has said, it's supposed to make his flyby? 2 efforts in succession. Corinth, which is Greece, and then Ephesus in Turkey will swim into the 2 seas, which could either be pointing to the Mediterranean or the Aegean Sea, basically saying that, you know, earthquakes will happen there, it looks like, and both of those countries will fall into the sea, or it could be some other natural event. So when the eclipse of the sun will then be, could this be talking about the 3 days of darkness that Stitchin and Broussard and Masters are all talking about before the passage of Nibiru? They said there's going to be a total eclipse of the sun and there's going to be 3 days of darkness. The monster will be seen in full day. Let's see. At sunrise, one will see a great fire. Could this be the atomic bomb that went off in World War II, or could it be a future atomic blast for World War III? Noise and light extended towards Achillean, which Achillean is the north, with the circle, death, and one will hear cries through steel, fire, famine, death awaiting them. The year that Saturn and Mars are equal fiery, which could be pointing to the planetary alignment we just had in February, which is not going to happen until October 2018. So the year that Saturn and Mars are equally fiery, the air very dry, parched, long meteor. So it talks about a meteor there. Through secret fires, a great place burning from burning heat, little rain, warm wind, wars, incursion. So that could be talking about volcanoes and then just other natural phenomenon going on. At the 48th climateric degree, at the end of Cancer, very great dryness, fish in the sea, river, lake boiled hectic. Could this be talking about mass fish die-offs, the methane gas that is coming up from under the ocean? And then France in distress through fire from the sky again. So it talks about France quite a bit, with fire raining from the sky. And it's funny he says that because just recently, the other day, there were fireball sightings all over France. So now getting to Mother Shipton, she was an English soothsayer and prophetess. She was born 1488 and died 1561. Since 1641, there have been more than 50 different editions of books about her and her prophecies. Many of her visions came true within her own lifetime and in subsequent centuries. She is known for predicting the Great Fire of London in 1666, the defeat of the Spanish Armada, and even her own death in 1561. Today, her prophecies are still proving uncannily accurate. So here are a few. That talks about the fiery dragon. She talks about a fiery dragon quite a bit. So hers are in rhymes. So just bear with me. A fiery dragon will cross the sky 6 times before the earth shall die. Mankind will tremble and frightened be for the 6 heralds in this prophecy. For 7 days and 7 nights, which Nostradamus said the guest star will burn for 7 days, man will watch with awesome sight. The tides will rise beyond their ken to bite away the shores, and then the mountains will begin to roar and earthquakes split the plain to shore. This could be talking about tsunamis or earthquakes. And flooding waters rushing in with flood the lands with such a din that mankind cowers in muddy fen and snarls about his fellow men. Could be talking about tsunamis again, and then people just going crazy all over the place, beating up and just raping and pillaging and all that. And then she goes on, he bares his teeth and fights and kills in secret food in secret hills, and ugly in his fear he lies to kill marauders, thieves, and spies. So this could be talking about preppers. Those unprepared and who have run out of food and water are basically fighting in the streets, like I said, for food and water. So, and when the dragon's tail is gone, man forgets and smiles and carries on to apply himself. Too late, for mankind has earned deserved fate. So this could imply that there's hope for the future and will carry on, and it's not the end of the world, and possibly even ET intervention. So his masked smile, his false grandeur will serve the gods their anger stir, and they will send the dragon back to light the sky, his tail will crack. This could be talking about the Antichrist and alien intervention, aliens coming down, the Anunnaki and what have you, and sending Nibiru back after they invade or do whatever they're doing. So upon the earth and rend means split in two. So upon the earth and rend the earth, and man shall flee King, Lord, and serf. So could be talking about the underground bunkers. Lands will crack and rend anew. You think it strange, it will come true. And in some far off distant land, some men, oh such a tiny band, will have to leave their solid mount and span the earth, those few to count. Who survives this unreadable, and then begin the human race again? So this could be the men coming out of the bunkers to repopulate the earth, or it could be that the New World agenda is complete, their eugenics and depopulation plan is complete, and then, whoever's left, they're just going to basically completely enslave and microchip and do whatever else. So not every soul on earth will die as the dragon's tail goes sweeping by, and those that live with every fear the dragon's tail for many a year, but time erases memory. You think it's strange, but it will be. The dragon's tail is but a sign for mankind's fall and man's decline. Before his prophecy is done, I shall be burned at stake at one. My body sing, and my soul set free. You think I utter blasphemy. You're wrong. These things have come to me. This prophecy will come to be. So very, very interesting stuff. I'm running out of time in my video. If anybody knows how to make longer videos and send them via email, let me know. But I'm going to include links to all these, and I'm going to be making another video soon. So that's all I got. Bye.